not a YouTuber, just like making videos, and I'm going to talk about blacks and sports. Just keep the title simple. Now, as you can, it's no surprise that I am not a professional sports enthusiast, but you know, as far as the black man playing sports, it can be best summed up by the movie The Last Boy Scout. In the beginning there, when they had that football player on that generic team, not running back, you know, trying to score a touchdown, and he pulls out a gun and starts shooting people, and then when he gets to the goal, he ends up shooting himself. Yeah, that's that was poetry in motion right there. You know, that was definitely art imitating life. But okay, I'll go into the Bruce Levinson, the owner of the Atlanta Hawks, not Falcons, their dismal basketball team. I don't know if you heard the story about his racist tweets or whatnot. You know, it kind of died down. The Young Turks covered it. But the owner of this team, he was complaining that, you know what I'm saying, he has poor ticket sales due to the fact that black people were scaring away whites. Yeah, basically, his franchise is like 70% of the people that go to attendance are black. You know, and he feels that, you know, since it's just dominated by a black crowd, that white people won't show up to the game. I'm like, now of course this guy dry snitched on himself, you know, and he said that because he's trying to sell his team, and he admitted, like, yeah, I said these racist tweets or posts or whatever, and he's just trying to sell his team or whatever, because you know what I'm saying, his team is trash. And the fact that, you know, he's just looking around, and he says that in most teams, you know what I mean, most franchises, their stadiums is predominantly white people. White people, you know what I'm saying, sitting in the bleachers and sitting in their seats cheering on black athletes. And he was disturbed by that. And I guess maybe inside the inner circle, this elite circle, they're poking fun at him. They're calling old Bruce there, they're calling him a nigger lover and whatnot. Maybe he feels like he's a laughing stock because he owns a team that is dominated, you know, by black players, but there's not enough white people coming to the venue. And maybe it's because, you know what I'm saying, poor ticket sales isn't because of the lack of white people. It's because you probably don't have a good team, and nobody feels like paying money just to see their city team get dogged out and so forth. Same thing with the Pacers. When the Pacers was in a slump, people wasn't showing up to the games, and the Indiana Pacers have always remain a predominantly white audience in attendance to the games. And you know what I'm saying, they were about to sell the team. The team did turn itself around, you know what I'm saying. The team sort of resurrected like the Phoenix. But it was because the team wasn't a good basketball team. The Atlanta Hawks, a lot of people haven't even heard of them. It's like Atlanta had a basketball team, you know. So therefore, he should focus on turning the team around. You know what I'm saying, to make to win a couple of games, and then maybe more people will show up. But it's telling you that black people will support something, but hence, you know what I'm saying, our black dollars aren't good enough for him. Instead of pointing, you know what I'm saying, pointing where the problem is, you know, this guy, and I'm telling you, white people are the biggest race baiters. You know, I'm like, they don't care if their racism gets them in trouble or not. They just don't give a fuck. It's how arrogant that they've gotten. that's how lackadaisical blacks have. That will sit there and support, you know, institutions like this. You know what I'm saying? Continue to support that. That's ran by these old racist Ebenezers. You know, just like Sterling. And I didn't talk about that Sterling thing, but the part that was really that really had me flustered was the fact that people knew that Sterling was a racist. He had a reputation for being a racist. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? He did everything short of just walking around with a fucking Klan outfit. You know, they knew it, but they, you know what I'm saying, they wait till he gets caught. It's like white people are racist. They keep trying to keep their racism and to themselves or whatever, and then when it leaks out, they're like, uh-oh, who's going to do this? It's not surprised. They're just surprised that it got out. They're not surprised by the racism, because that's, you know what I'm saying, it may be embedded in their DNA. But it goes to show you that as much black people support sports, and we love sports, you know what I'm saying, we love the white man's sports, you know what I'm saying, the feelings aren't reciprocal, you know, it's just, it's a sad reality. You know, I just don't want to talk about this, the owner of the Hawks, but just, you know, all around that, you know, sports may give us this illusion of equality, but, you know what I'm saying, when the game's over, you know what I'm saying, we go back to our lives. People still have their feelings. I'm like, you think that a white person rooted for a black basketball team or a black player, that they're still not racist, that they may have a poster of Bo Jackson, yeah, I mean, you know, I'm going back old school with Bo Jackson, but they still may not like to have a black person living next door to them, and so forth. And I can't remember the name of that boxer. He was a boxer that fought Muhammad Ali. His name slipped my mind, but he criticized Muhammad Ali for being Muslim, and this dude was a Catholic. You know what I'm saying? He was a pretty good boxer, you know what I'm saying? He made some money, and he moved into a white neighborhood. Less than 3 months he had to move out because his white neighbors wasn't treating him so very well, you know? And this is a, you know, it's the thing with blacks, and, you know, we give our all to this country or whatever, or to the white man. You know what I'm saying? Bring him back gold Olympics, gold medals from the Olympics and so forth. Make the rich and powerful even more rich and powerful. And, you know what I'm saying? And then white people will eventually take a shit on us. Now, as far as sports, you know, I'm not a fan of professional sports. You know what I'm saying? At all. You know, it's the thing is blacks. Now we go back into you know what I'm saying? Jackie Robinson. And how they integrated baseball. They integrated baseball before they integrated society. Now, as I'm looking at it in hindsight, the black player should have been like, hey man, I'm not going to play for your league unless I see some equality going on here. You know, they only integrated professional sports just to get that black dollar. We had our own events, own venues, making our own money, and you know what I'm saying, we just gave it all up. Now, this is not saying that the owners, the black owners of baseball were, you know what I'm saying, were corrupt. If you ever seen that movie, Billy D. Williams movie, Bingo and the Traveling, I can't remember, it has a long name, about the black baseball players who was getting, you know what I'm saying, they were getting pinched by the black owners. And they wanted to do their own thing. But it didn't mean that they went over and wanted to play for white people. But they actually played AAA white teams or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like black people playing the white boys. You know what I'm saying? On their own, without the tutelage of these black corrupt owners in baseball. I understand that. So, you know, so I understand that it could be a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? So just because blacks and higher-ups are black elitists, you know what I'm saying, may dog you or whatever, don't mean white people are going to treat you any much better. But yeah, we, you know, before, you know what I'm saying, we even had our civil rights, black people were smiling, black men were smiling for the white man, well, we wanted to entertain the white man and so forth. And the thing is with professional sports, you know what I'm saying, it's like, even, you know what I'm saying, my parents, my dad, and my uncles, they just sit around and they just talk about it. Just ears on, and after a while, it's monotonous, you know. as they just, you know what I'm saying, and there's other things we can talk about. And so how can you expect the so-called Black Commonwealth to rise where we're just, when we spend so much energy towards this sport? You know what I'm saying? White people are benefiting from it. You know what I'm saying? Big time. You know what I'm saying? Everything is catered to them. But we don't we don't really benefit for it. We give it all our energy. Me personally, I just, hype, you know what I'm saying? I think football is very homoerotic, you know. But we do give that stuff a lot. I see black dudes just, you know what I'm saying, without a pop or piss and worried about who's going to win what or championship, or worried about stats and who caught the ball last night. You know what I'm saying, before we can build this, which I don't believe that there's ever going to be this black nation, but still, you know what I'm saying, it's like we just circle, and you know what I'm saying, they're not, we're not given back, it's not coming back to us. You know what I'm saying, our whole realm of entertainment that we put out, we say that we're the best athletes, we're the best entertainers, best rappers, best singers. But, you know what I mean, there's just a fine line between blacks and whites, and whites ultimately, you know what I'm saying, benefit from it more. You know what I'm saying, if you have an athlete, you know what I'm saying, who looks like he has a promising future in high school, you know, what school is he going to go to? You know what I mean, is he going to go to a black college? And I do have my criticism for black colleges too, or, you know, or he's going to go for Alabama, you know, Louisiana, and LSU. So, you know what I'm saying, UCLA. Where's he going to go? Where's he going to play? So, it's, and the thing is with professional sports, it's like, you're rooting for people, you're rooting for rich people that, you're rooting for rich people that don't even live in your city, that is not even from your city. You know what I'm saying? It's politics. Now they'll tell you about sports, they go, oh, it's about teamwork and determination and dedications. No, the bottom line is about money. Just like this guy, Bruce. You know, I know, he just literally saying that he wants to appeal, he wants more white people in attendance. You know what I'm saying? It's because he feels that that's more of a stable fan base. Because I don't know, maybe he feels that with black people, everything is such a flash in the pan. And people have made the argument. They're saying, well, if the owner of the Atlantic Hawks is trying to do things to diversify the crowd, don't white people do things like hire black actors and do stuff to try to attract a black audience or appeal to black people, or multiculturalism and so forth? Yeah, but still, he still had 30% of his fan base was white. That's, if someone's trying to appeal to black people, if they could get 10% of their, you know what I'm saying, of 10% of the people in attendance to be are black, they'll say that's good right there. So he has white people coming in. He wants more. He would like that ratio to be uneven, to be more whites than blacks. You know what I'm saying? And that's the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? It's about money. A lot of these athletes, they have temporary wealth. You know what I'm saying? Or they're rich. Ultimately, the rich and powerful, you know what I'm saying, you know, just makes more money, you know, off of it and so forth. And you know what I'm saying? It's now when I think about it, it's a whole bunch of malarkey, you know. But you know, that's all I'm gonna say. I gotta keep my videos short. We already know my channels are being flagged, so because of the distractors of the truth. But thanks for watching, and sally forth. And